Starting his career as a young bush pilot, then founding Harbor Air Seaplanes, through continuous expansion of the company, Greg McDougall has built the world's largest all-seaplane operation. His extensive personal support of the aviation industry and community projects has earned wide acclaim for both himself and his company. Born on December 20, 1955, in Santa Barbara, California, to Canadian parents Donald McDougall and Elizabeth McGregor, Greg spent summers with his family on British Columbia's Sunshine Coast, with early exposure there to aviation and float planes, and began flying in 1975, earning his private pilot license at the Pitt Meadows Airport near Vancouver, leading to his first job as a bush pilot in 1977 with Wolverine Air, flying aircraft on floats from Fort Simpson in the Northwest Territories. From 1978 until 1980, Greg flew for Hayek Air Limited, and then as a corporate pilot for a land development company. In 1982, Greg and another pilot, Cliff Oakley, leased an office in the Vancouver Harbor and two de Havilland Beaver aircraft and established Harbor Air Limited as a charter service to the resource sector and flying fishermen to remote fishing lodges in British Columbia. In 1986, Harbor Air acquired 8 beavers and 1 otter from Air BC and also acquired Air BC's Sea Island Terminal. With the Expo 86 World's Fair held in Vancouver in 1986, tourist traffic resulted in increased fishing charters, and in 1989 alone it ferried 17,000 fishing enthusiasts to lodges on the BC coasts. By then, the company was offering scheduled services from Vancouver to the Gulf Islands and points on Vancouver Island. In 1986, partner Cliff Oakley was killed in a plane crash, and that year, Greg McDougall entered into partnership with Ken Borick of Ken Borick Air Limited, based in Calgary. In 1996, the company started Vancouver to Victoria service and introduced sightseeing flights from the capital city.
My name is DJ, and I'll be your pilot today with Harbor Air. We're going to take the Beaver here up on a panoramic city scenic tour. It's our most popular tour here at Harbor Air.
Buying assets of bankrupt Transprovincial Airlines Limited, Greg's company established bases at Haida Gwaii, and by the mid-1990s, Harbor Air was the largest charter flight company in the province. Scheduled service was introduced between Vancouver and Victoria, as well as to Nanaimo. When partner Ken Borick and his daughter lost their lives in a car collision in 2002, Greg McDougall became the sole owner of Harbor Air Limited. From 2003 to 2012, the company acquired other operators, adding more beavers and otters to the fleet, increasing its aviation tourism service. In 2013, Harbor Air started a new venture called Tantalus Air, offering charter flights on a Pilatus single-engine turboprop aircraft, and began scheduled service between Pitt Meadows and Victoria in September 2014. The company now has bases in Victoria and Sechelt, as well as at Pitt Meadows, in the Gulf Islands, and at Vancouver with regular service from there. With over 12,000 hours logged as a pilot, as CEO of his company, Greg McDougall has built it to the status of the world's largest seaplane operator. The purchase of Salt Spring Air in 2015 added more Beaver aircraft to the company and service to Salt Spring Island. Nearly 50 aircraft now fly in 180 flights daily. The company employs over 450 people, including 80 pilots. Under Greg McDougall's leadership, In 2012, Harbour Air was awarded the Cumberbatch Trophy for outstanding contributions to flight safety, and Greg is recognized nationally as having one of Canada's best managed companies. In 2016, Harbour Air opened its new terminal at the Victoria Harbour Airport, and in 2018, Greg began operating floatplane service between Vancouver and Seattle with a Cessna Caravan. An avid cyclist and riding with the Harbour Air team, Greg is the founding sponsor of the BC Bike Race and an annual sponsor of major cycling tours. His company provides over 3,000 free flight passes each year to disadvantaged individuals and has been involved with Hope Air, flying critically ill patients to medical appointments. Recognized internationally as an expert on seaplane management, Greg has extended the company's scope to operations in China, with Harbour Air entering into a strategic partnership to export commuter floatplane service to China. Greg McDougall has been described as a rare mix of aviator and entrepreneur who has changed the face of aviation on Canada's west coast. Greg was inducted as a member of Canada's Aviation Hall of Fame at ceremonies held on May 16, 2019.